Hi, it's Melissa from Appeggio, and in this video I'll be showing you how to add, edit and style text. Now we have in our parts library on the left, in our most used parts we have text. So to add some text, you simply select where you want your text added on the page. In this case I have a blank page, so I'll just add it, it will go to the top of the page. So we select texts. And you'll see that we have a range of text sizes here. In fact, all of the text sizes that are available are here. The largest being an H1 size. We also have, with the larger size texts from H1 down to H6, we've added a responsive version. What that means is if you add text that's been made responsive, it means that on the smaller sizes, the text will be, on the smaller sized devices, the text will be a little smaller. Let me show you an example of that. I'm going to add an H1 size text that's not responsive. So when we select mobile, you'll see the text is quite large and it remains the same size on all of our device sizes. Now I'm going to add an H1 responsive piece of text. We'll add this one here. So it's the second one that's been placed underneath. Now let's have a look at the difference when we go to mobile. You'll see that it's smaller and it gradually gets bigger as the device size increases. If we go back to the texts, as I mentioned, you'll see that we have all of the different text sizes available. Everything down to H6 has been made responsive. Smaller than that hasn't been made responsive as the texts really are quite small. Also in the parts section we've done, in the text parts section, we've got a responsive header, subheader and text. These are fairly commonly used parts. And same with this one here, we've got an introductory subtitle, responsive header and subheader. Now I'll show you how to edit these text parts. All we do is select the text. Then we head on over to text, this one here where it says value set, and you swap that text for whatever you'd like to say. So I'm just going to say welcome to my app. And the text has been changed there. Now, if you're starting from sections that have already been added to your page, let me add a section to your page. Any one will do. Let's add the very first one. The process is exactly the same to edit the text. You simply select what you would like to edit, you go over to text and you change the text. It's the same with any part at all that contains text. So here, for example, is a button. The button has text in it. We simply go over to text and we type what we want there. So we might say, click here. Now, when you're editing text, a part that an editor rather, that you'll probably use quite regularly is this font editor. If we open up the font editor, you'll see that this is where we can change our font family, the font size, the weight, the line height, and the style of the text. I'll start with the font family. So the font family, we've already set up our font families in our settings menu, and you'll see that those are the font families that are here. Now, if you were to go over to your settings menu and to your fonts, that's where you see all of your font families set up already. So you can change these at any time and they'll be applied throughout your app. The default family is the primary font. So that's the one that's going to appear most in your app. So in our case, our primary font is Montserrat. Let's say, for example, we changed this text to our secondary font. You'll see that it's been changed there. Now we'll have a look at our font size. We mentioned font size before. We can make the sizes responsive here. So you can choose what size text you want on what different device size. We can change the weight of the text. So that's an example of a thin weight, right up to, there's extra bold and black there. We can also alter the line height. The line height is more obvious when we have a paragraph of text, but I will show you what this looks like. So if we've got no line height whatsoever, it's made it a little slimmer. And if we select the most relaxed one, it provides more space between the lines. And then the style, this is where we can change the case of our text as well as underline, overline, line through and italic. So let me just show you a couple of those. So when we've selected underline, you can see that this has now been activated. We can choose the way that we would like to underline. So for example, we could make it dotted, dashed or wavy, etc. The same applies if we change the underline to overline or line through. Let's make that default again. So we can also change the text to uppercase or lowercase, capitalized, and regular text there. Now I have added a content section which has got lots of text in it to show you an example of what the line clamp means. The line clamp is specific to text parts. So I've selected a text part there, and if we go to the line clamp, what it does, it limits how many lines of text are shown between 1 and 6. So if I select 1, you'll see that it's reduced the text there. Now the other thing that we can do is indent the text. If you go to text, indent, this will just move your text in a little bit. And it does that for your first line of text. Now I'll show you what this type and SEO property is. This allows you to change your text to a block. So for example, if we had pieces of text that were on top of each other, they'll now be next to each other. Or we can change pieces of text that were next to each other to be on top of each other using the paragraph. So here I've selected a piece of text. I'm going to change that to block. And now it looks like it's in the one paragraph. Now you can also assign pieces of text to have an SEO type. This would be something that you'd really apply to your headings. So for example, if I select this heading here, say this is my key heading on my page, I might assign it an H1 SEO tag. Now if I had a fairly major subheading underneath, let's call it this one, I might assign that an H2 SEO tag. So when these tags are used, they're essential for SEO because they help search engines understand the content's relevance. They improve keyword optimization and they enhance the user experience. It is important to know that assigning these tags does not alter the size of the text. Now in our parts library on the left, there are lots of text-based sections that can help you get things done really quickly. For example, In our sections, we've got content sections. So we've already designed some sections that are text-rich sections that are already laid out for you. There's quite a few to choose from there. If we go to text blocks, we've already got some text blocks ready for you to add to your page and then edit. And same with action panels. These are similar to calls of action. You can pop them on your page and then just change the text. We also have full page blog examples. So for example, go over to blog pages, go over to full pages, then go to blog pages, and you'll see that we've got different blog layouts. And they're really just designed for you to start entering your text, swapping your images, and being ready to go. To do a bit of a recap, adding text. Text is in our most used parts in the parts library. Headings can be added that are already been made responsive for you. The main text editors you'll use are the font editor here, which has the family, size, weight, line height, and style. Editing the text itself is done using the text property. Any single part in Appeggio that has text is edited in the same way. And for our headings, we can assign a type and an SEO to our headings. Thank you.